Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, students? I hope that you're all fine. Inshallah, in this video, we are going to discuss the second part of the grammar, which is in Unit 7, and which talks about the verbs that are followed by gerunds or infinitives. In the previous video, we have discussed the difference between gerunds and infinitives, and we have said that a gerund is verb plus ing, okay, and the infinitive is what? To plus base form of the verb, and the whole thing here we call it infinitive, okay. And we have mentioned the verbs that are followed either by the gerunds or by the infinitives. In this video, inshallah, we are going to continue with the second part, but we are going to talk about or explain the verbs that may take gerunds or infinitives, okay, without a change in the meaning. Tamam? Now, let's take a look again at the outcomes. So we are going to understand the use of gerunds and infinitives after certain verbs. And again, here we have some verbs that may take verb ing or infinitive, okay, without the change in a meaning, or without the change in the meaning of the sentence. Tamam? So let's move to that slide and start with it. So let's look here. So we have verbs that are followed by gerunds or infinitives without changing the meaning. What does it mean here? Here I mean that if the verb is followed by a gerund or an infinitive, they will be the same. They will be the same, or the sentence will be the same in meaning. There's no difference in meaning between a gerund or infinitive after these verbs. What are these verbs that we are going to talk about? Begin, continue, hate, intend, like, love, prefer, and start. If you said I began studying or I began to study, both are correct. If you said you have to continue teaching or you have to continue to teach, both are correct. I hate I hate eating fish or I hate to eat fish. Both are correct. I intend to continue studying and I intend continuing studying. Tamam? To continue and continuing after intend. So both are correct and so on. So there's no difference in meaning if you have used a gerund or an infinitive after these verbs. Now let's move to these examples. My brother likes playing the guitar or my brother likes to play the guitar. Both are correct. There's no difference in meaning between them. So if I asked you to correct the verb play between the brackets, okay, and here is a space, okay, so if you have written playing or to play, both are correct. So if you have written play or to play, both will be correct. Okay, to play or playing are correct. Clear? Now, the same thing with prefer. I prefer to read historical novels or I prefer reading. To read and reading after prefer, both are correct. I love getting to know the characters. I love to get to know the characters. Getting to and get to or to get to are both correct. Again, there's no difference in meaning between the gerund and the infinitive after these verbs. Okay? Now, the second slide here, we are going to talk about the verbs that are followed by gerunds or infinitive, but with changing the meaning. With changing the meaning. Okay? So please, you have to pay more attention to this or to this information here. Tamam? Please be careful and focus on everything here. Now, there are some verbs that can be followed by either an infinitive or ing form, but there is some difference in meaning. So if you said, for example, I forgot doing my homework, or I forgot to do my homework, both have difference in meaning. I remember playing with children. I remember to play with my kids. Remember here with play and playing have a difference in meaning. I stopped to drink, okay, and I stopped drinking. Okay, for example, Pepsi. I stopped to drink a fizzy drink, and I stopped to drink a fizzy drink. Both have a difference in meaning. Okay, now let's look at these examples here and explain how do we understand each one. Number one here, she stopped talking when she saw the beautiful view. She stopped talking. What does it mean? She was talking and she stopped that to do something else. She stopped talking and started to do something else. Okay? While here, she stopped to talk to her friends. It means that she was doing something. For example, she was walking. She was doing a task. And she stopped doing that to what? To start talking to her friends. Exercise, or then a second example here with remember. I remember doing my homework last Friday. It means that it's a memory. I remember doing, I have done the work, the homework, and now I remember it. With ing, it means that it's a memory. Memory means what? من الذكريات. ذكرى. Okay? I remember to have my medicine tonight. It means you remember to do something and you do it. Something like a task, something important that I have to do, or I have to do it either now or later, but something that I have to do and then I do it. So I remember to have, okay, it means that I remember to do something. It's not a memory. So with ing, it means it's a memory, and with infinitive, it's what? It's just a type of a task that I have to do and then I do it. Let's look at these examples for further understanding. Here we have stop with a gerund. The verb stop with a gerund, with verb ing. Okay? The boy stopped smoking. What does it mean? When I said that the boy stopped smoking, it means that he was smoking and now he stopped. He stopped smoking. Okay? So he was smoking and then he stopped. So he's not smoking anymore. He stopped smoking at all. Okay? He don't smoke now at all. Or he doesn't, sorry. Okay? So he was smoking, then he stopped that. Clear? What about with verb infinitive or stop with infinitive? Look here. Now with the infinitive, which I mean to plus base verb, okay, the boy stopped to smoke. As he was walking down the street, he was walking, then he stopped to have a rest, for example, and started what? he started to smoke. Okay, so he stopped walking and he started to smoke. So to smoke here means with the intention of. Okay, with the intention اللي هو يا مس عشان نكون أوضح شوي اسمحوا لي بهالكلمة اللي هي بمبدأ اللي هو النية لعمل شيء معين. The intention of. Okay, so he stopped walking and he started to smoke. Okay, another example with remember. Look at this old man. Okay, now he says that with a gerund, with verb ing, he says, I remember playing soccer when I was a child. Those were the days. I remember, so it means what? It's a memory for him. Okay, it's a memory. When he used gerund, it's just like a what? A memory for him. While when he used the infinitive in this example, or let's look at this boy, sorry, okay, he remembered to feed the dog. So he remembered to do something. He remembered to do something important and he had to do it, or he have done it. He had done this job or this task. So it is an important task that he had to do. What was that important task that he had to feed the dog? He had to feed the dog, okay? So it's with what? With infinitive. It's not a memory. No, it's just like a reminder. What meaning of reminder? منبه. I have to do something. I remembered to do something. Okay? Now, that is enough for this class. Inshallah, in the next video, we are going to do the tasks that are in your student books, okay, and explain them well and try to do them together. Thank you for watching يا أول and يعطيكم العافية.